Hello everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. You can see this reading name is ahead of its time. So this reading was part of this 23rd September exam in India. Don't worry about it. So this reading can come in other countries also. So do practice with me only. So just think that this reading will come into your exam and thoroughly do practice and try to find more correct answers with me. First, definitely. After this, I will go to the type of question. First, we have true, false, not given. Second, we have complete the chart below. And third type of question we have complete the notes with one word all. It means fill in the blanks, and only 4 true, false, not given questions are there. Okay, so we will do it. So how to do true, false, not given? It's important you should know the strategy of true, false, not given. So first, we will read the question statement. So I will tell you this instruction also. First, you have to read the question statement twice or once in order to understand its meaning. But after that, you need to find out, like I have done this floods and this river name. Why I am just circling this or underline the keywords, because with these keywords I will go to the location of the question statement. As you know, this is first type of question. Definitely we will try to find the location of first question in the first paragraph. Okay, so this is rule. First type of question we will try to find in first paragraph, and if not in first, then second paragraph. Now this is regarding location. Now after getting the location of these two words, then we will read the location, we will read the information nearby, and then we will decide whether this river often floods or not. If it is often frequently flooding, then true. If it is not frequently flooding, or you can say if it is 50 years or 30 years, then definitely contradiction will be there, then not given. And if they are not talking about any flooding kind of thing with this river, then definitely not given. Then in this situation there is no information given. Okay, now this river often floods. Okay, now in first paragraph I am showing you the full thing. Now we will just find this river name is there, and I am looking for flooding. Flood is also there and flood is also here. Okay, but I have to find the answer very carefully but fastly. Okay, I will show you the question also. So here I have I have to read it, because this word I have got it here. Tobin called his young New Zealander Sam Tobin called his dogs and went for a walk down to the nearby this river. Having been very high for days, the river had at last fallen. Tobin was eager to see what changes the floods had brought. Okay, the family farm borders the river, and a 4-meter high flood bank testified to its natural tendency to flood. Okay, natural tendency to flood. Okay, now what do you decide for this question? Often is not given or yes given. So you decided, because they have given flood is also there, family farm borders the river, and so I am just leaving this answer on you. Okay, otherwise, because I will give this reason, the family farm borders the river and 4-meter flood bank testified to its natural tendency. Natural tendency means oftenly it is coming to flood is coming to this river. Natural, so river's natural tendency is like flood like thing. So I will go true answer. Okay. Now second one is, when Tobin first found the object in the river, he mistook it for something else. Now here, when Tobin first found object, if so object, we will find the word object first in river. He mistook it for something else. If he mistook, if he understand that it is something else, it is that thing, then false. And if he mistook means misunderstood for something else, then it is true. And if they are not talking about any object in the river, then information is not there. So in the second paragraph we will see this. Second paragraph I am showing it to you. You can see this. Second is this paragraph, and we have to look for object. So next paragraph we will be looking. Stepped out onto a broad shoulder of the river sand, where he noticed he initially took to a whitish rock lit by the sun. Then getting closer, he realized it was a bone. So instead of object they have given bone. Such a thing was not uncommon in these parts. He had often come across the bone fragments. Okay, or even whole skeletons of cows and sheep. But as he scraped aside the stones, he realized it was a human bone. So he realized that this is particular human bone, but here it is given mistook. So what we should write it? Okay, yes, but he scrapped them. He realized it was a human bone, something quite in his new experience. So he mistook it for something else. So what do you think about this? So earlier was not getting closer. Yes, where he noticed he initially took to be white. So now I am giving you time. Decide it, please. Yes, it is true. Why it is true? See this. It is, don't go to this. I was just telling you it was a human bone, but here if you read these sentences, where step out on a broad shoulder of the river sand, where he noticed that what he initially took to be, initially means first, took to be whitish rock lit by the sun, then getting closer he realized it was a bone. So it means it is true. First initially he thought, he mistook it for something else. Okay, now coming to third question. Tobin could not decide what part of the body the bone came. So could not decide what part of the body the bone came from. Okay, now so this paragraph we have done. But he scraped aside the stones. He realized it was a human bone, something quite new in his experience. Okay, as he picked up, he saw it as a skull discolored with age. Okay, but here they are talking about could not decide, but he decided. As he picked it up, he saw it was a skull, means human skull. Okay, what part of the body? So it is given what part of the body the bone came from. It means he decided. So it means it is false. Contradiction statement is given. See this. I am showing full statement. See this. This is the location. He realized it was a human bone, something quite new in his experience. As he picked up, he saw it was a skull. But here he could not decide. But he decided. He realized it was a human bone. So that's why it is false. Now coming to next. Tobin's mother was surprised. Now here, if his mother was surprised, this verb depends upon your answer. So if she was surprised, then true. If she was not surprised, then false. If they are not talking whether his mother was surprised or not, then not given. Now his mother, we will find skull caused debate among specialists. Okay, let's read it. Next paragraph it is given. I will just show it like that. See this. Tobin replaced the skull and hurried home to tell his mother what the river had delivered to their doorstep. It would prove to be a spectacular find, something in motion. An investigation by some of the country's most respected specialists, and ultimately challenging our most firmly held assertion about human settlement of New Zealand. Okay. So in this paragraph, I couldn't just find it whether his mother was surprised or not. So I will just write it not given. And of course, true, false, and the last one definitely will come not given. So not given should come here in every, mostly 99% cases are there. So now coming to this flow chart, means 2 words. We can use 2 words, 1 word, and or a number. So and a number, combination of word and number we can use, and only a number also we can use for completing the flow chart. Now coming to this, again this is also the same method. We will try to match the words, keywords. So here stage 1, stage 2. So of course we will find human skull. We have come across this language. Now here step 2. Dash were initially involved in trying to explain the presence of skill. It means somebody was involved. Somebody means many persons were initially involved. It means we should know it. Okay. Dr. Ferris is the keyword. Doctor this is also, Dr. Watt is also, and female is also keyword. Now the events after the river flooded. Okay. So this is full paragraph, events after the flooded. Okay, now coming to next third paragraph, we will find it. Now this here he is explaining about how he had taken his mother, the skull to his mother and all. So they were talking. Okay, now one more thing about this skull. this fill in the blanks. The word before the blank, the word after the blank. These are also sometimes important words to find the location of this blank. Okay. Now human skull, we know where human skull is here. Where we were, human bone, human skull is there. Okay. Now after that he is asking the dash were initially involved in trying. So here you will be thinking about setting in motion an investigation by some of the country's most reputed specialists. Setting in motion an investigation. So were initially involved in trying to explain the presence of the skull. So is it matching or not? See this. And in next paragraph, see this. The dash were immediately called but despite a thorough search could find nothing but might shed light on the identity of this skull. Okay. So here can you match this something I am just trying to tell. I can see this. The dash were. See this, initially means immediately called. So initially doesn't mean that immediately. Okay. Initially means starting. The dash. So I will just write here police. Okay, the police were initially involved in trying to explain the presence of the skull. So this we have decided. Now coming to this third number, Dr. Ferris word, female, and this paragraph is done. These three words I will try to find in next paragraph. Now next full paragraph I am showing. So I can see this person name. I can see this also here. So here they were talking about Ferris. Ferris believed the skull belonged to a female. So let's read it. Despite being hampered, damaged, I am looking for female. Ferris determined the skull was that of a female. So this is the location we have reached. Now coming to this doctor, this Mayer, who believed that the deterioration of the bone placed by the time of the death before living memories. Okay, suggested it was a dash skull. It was a. So I am showing you full location. You can just decide your answer also. Coyle suggested that it was a dash skull. Okay, who believed that the deterioration of the bone placed the time of the death before living memory. Most significantly, it would turn the skull appear to be European in origin. So what we should write it? Suggested it was a European skull. Okay, seventh number. 7 fill in the blanks. Dr. Watt. So Dr. Watt, we will just find it in next paragraph. See this. So what he recommended. So see this, recommended to establish. So two word is also important. What he suggested or recommended to establish the skull's age. We are looking for age. Okay, age number is there. Also examined the skull and suggested it belonged to 40 to 45 years old. Okay, recommended to establish. So this something to establish, but was not certain, and proposed the use of carbon dating to. Okay, to establish the skull's age. So two word is also there, and we will propose the use of, proposed means recommended, the use of carbon dating. So carbon dating is written. So we will write radiocarbon dating. Okay, whatever the spelling is given, so you have to write full, just copy the spelling. To establish skull's age. See this, from this we have got to make, this is the location. Proposed means recommended the use of radiocarbon dating to make sure it wasn't recent death. Okay, now a bone dash was sent to GNS. Now this is the word for finding the location. So GNS word is here. Okay, a bone dash was sent to GNS. Okay, let's read it. What the bone is. In lower hut was contacted and provided the sample. So the GNS is a full form is this, was contacted and provided with a sample of bone that had originated in top to the skull. So GNS, a bone is here. So it means a bone sample was sent to GNS. See this, GNS provided with a sample of bone. A bone is written. So sample we have added. Now 9th number. The age of the skull was about dash years. Now we have to decide. Next, cutting through the bewildering. So we are looking for age. Age means, age word is here. The age of the skull was about years. Okay, years. So years is there and approximately is here. See this. So radiocarbon age approximately 296 years. So we will write here 296. years. This was staggering, for the skull was about 200 years older than Dr. Okay, this is just comparison with this person. So because they are talking about when the bone was set to the GNS and all, after that they have decided approximately 296 years. See this, I told you word before and after the blank are important. See this, approximately, about. Now next question. See this next question, complete the notes below, choose one word only. Okay, the problem of the skull's origin. Okay, so here what we will just do it, of course same category, same thing we will be doing with the help of these keywords. Okay, Maori living, they are talking about surprising because of its age dash and gender, so I will focus on these, and 800 years. So 800 years, you can see this in next paragraph, 800 years is given. Full paragraph I am showing it because we have got this 800 years here. So the Maori people, people have been living in the country for at least 800, and scientists frequently come across human remains of considerable age. The fascinating question, however, okay, was surprising was how a skull of this race, okay, age is there and gender is, I can see there, so between that what we should write it. The fascinating question was, however, how a skull of this race, so we will just write here race. We were looking for age, gender, and between that something was there. So human remains of considerable age. Fascinating question was how a skull of this race, let alone this gender. So we have got this answer. Now coming to this Mandana expedition. So on the next page we have got, because I was looking for this word first, because if we get this location then straight away we will get this location. So Mandana, I can read it here in the next paragraph, and now I have to read about but probably did not visit New Zealand. A possible source of skull, evidence of this expedition found elsewhere by, means some person. Okay, some persons. Okay, let's read it. European women in the Pacific came, doomed colonizing venture which sailed from Peru in 1595 under the command of Spanish Captain Mandana. However, it is unlikely this Rahunga skull originated from this expedition. So expedition word is also there. See this. Expedition, because no evidence of Mandana's ship has ever been found in New Zealand. Okay, see this, but probably did not visit. So they are talking about this expedition has been ever found in New Zealand, while a team of archaeologists working in the Solomon Islands in 17. So I will show you full this thing. See this. Now it is clear, paragraph is there, you decide the answer first. Okay, I will. So Mandana expedition is, they are talking about this person. However, it is unlikely, possible source of skull, they are talking unlikely this skull originated from this expedition, but probably they are talking did not visit New Zealand. They are talking about this because no evidence of Mandana's ship has ever been found in New Zealand, while a team of archaeologists working in the Solomon did discover the remains of European vessels. Okay, evidence of this expedition found elsewhere by team of this. So but we have to write only one word, so we will write here archaeologist, by archaeologist. Team also we will not write because one word they have given. So now coming to New Zealand, next one, 1806. Okay, it's 1642 and 1806, and these two persons name we will find it. Okay, so next paragraph I can see this person name here, and 1806 is also here. So let's read it. This Hergerty and Edger arrived in this 1806, and from they had been imprisoned. So imprisoned word also I have to look for this. Okay, prison, I can see this. Let's read it. So fully I'm just explaining you everything. Two centuries were to pass before the first recorded European females arrived in New Zealand. First European explorer arrived in New Zealand, both having escaped from prison in Australia. So first European explorers, so first recorded European explorer arrived in New Zealand, both having escaped from prison. Prison is also there. Arrived in 1806, known to have reached the country 1806 from where? Australia. So we will just write here Australia. Okay, now 13th one. Now look at the question 13th. Possible solution. Runga skill. I don't know how to pronounce this. Skull may have reached New Zealand in the 17th century after a dash. Okay, 17th century. Now 17th century, this paragraph is left. Now you will look at the 17th century. No, this is not 17th century. This is 18th century. In neither of women among their crews. No, location should be here only, last paragraph. So how do we account for this skull which appears to be about 100 years older than that? Okay, so in 1806 they have found this skull and they are talking about 100 years older than that. So it means skull may have reached New Zealand in the 17th century after a, so now this is also important word to find, after a. So how do we account for the skull which appears to be 100 years older? It is impossible to say that certainly, but the most likely explanation is that solution that a Spanish or Portuguese trading ship was washed into those wild shores as a result of a shipwreck. So we will just write here shipwreck, after a shipwreck. Skull may have reached, they are just explaining the things, may have reached New Zealand in 17th century, and most of the students will not get answer because the 17th century they will try to look like that. No, so here they are talking like that. So this was tricky question. So this is the answer, shipwreck. Thank you so much.